When a nation is going downhill at an alarming pace, it is blessed if it finds a saving grace to come and stop the damage before it's too late. But not every country has that blessing. Not every country has the last remaining strong and influential institution with a moral compass and common sense. Not every country has people in positions of power committed to the safety of the citizens. Pakistan, for example, is collectively spiraling towards implosion. Iran is headed towards destruction just the same because the resistance within is too weak to save the nation. Cambodia and Laos have become puppets of China. And now it's New Zealand, which is on the verge of being completely colonized by China, thanks to its leftist leader, Jacinda Ardern. But unlike most other nations in trouble, New Zealand has found its saving grace, and the people who are standing up in arms against Jacinda's policies are the Kiwi defense establishment. And they have a peace of mind to give to their leader and end the madness that is her love for China. Hi, and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Shubhangi, and in this video I will tell you how New Zealand's defense establishment is putting pressure on Ardern to mend her ways before it's too late. Let's begin. New Zealand's defense establishment has shown the ability to call a spade a spade. In fact, in a severe jolt to the Jacinda Ardern administration, the Kiwi defense establishment has made it clear that the rise of China is a real threat to New Zealand. This has mounted pressure on Jacinda to alter the course of her China policy. A report released by New Zealand's Defence Ministry has stated that the country faces, and I quote, a substantially more challenging and complex strategic environment in large part because of China's rise and, quote, increasingly strong nationalist narrative. The report, which was released on Wednesday, included a detailed discussion of China's military modernization and also underlined the importance of New Zealand's security relationship with other Five Eyes nations, the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia. Talking about the Defense Ministry report, Professor David Cappy, Director of Victoria University of Wellington's Centre for Strategic Studies, said, "It paints a pretty sobering picture of changes in New Zealand's strategic environment." He added, "It argues the South Pacific is no longer a benign backwater, but rather that some of the challenges we've seen playing out in the wider Indo-Pacific are now coming closer to home." Highlighting just how big the China threat is, the report singled out strategic competition between the United States and China as a, and I quote, major driver of increased insecurity. The ministry characterized the Indo-Pacific as the central global theater for strategic competition. The Defense Ministry report also warned that an external power could set up a military base or deploy paramilitary forces in the region. Guess who? This is, of course, a reference to China. The Kiwi establishment is therefore worried about China militarizing the South Pacific region. David Cappy said, "After decades of deployments to Afghanistan and the Middle East, the report makes clear that the South Pacific is where New Zealand needs to focus its primary defense efforts in the future." The Defense Ministry report makes it clear that the Kiwi defense establishment and the Jacinda Ardern administration are not on the same page when it comes to China. While Jacinda has been generally favorable towards Beijing, Foreign Minister Nanaia Mahuta has gone as far as expressing disapproval of the use of the Five Eyes platform to criticize Chinese human rights violations. Yet the Defense Ministry report released on Wednesday has strongly rooted for a better relationship with the Five Eyes countries. It noted that, and I quote, "the defense aspect of the Five Eyes is as long-standing and as fundamental as the intelligence aspect." The report added that the country derives enormous benefit from this partnership, including its terms of access to defense capabilities, information technologies, and military developments that would otherwise be unachievable. New Zealand's defense establishment is looking at the big China threat and wants to formulate policies that can meet Wellington's security interests. However, the question is, will Jacinda Ardern give up on her pro-China character due to the latest Defense Ministry report? It is in fact true that Jacinda Ardern crumbles under pressure. Earlier this year, the Kiwi government had made up its mind to excuse China of human rights violations. However, when the Five Eyes pushed back against the Kiwi Prime Minister's pro-China policies, she was forced to issue a statement against Beijing. And now she is under internal pressure. This is why the Kiwi defense establishment also seems to be banking on Wellington's relations with other Five Eyes nations while highlighting how China has emerged as the main strategic threat. The Kiwi defense establishment is therefore up in arms against Jacinda's China policy, and this could compel the Kiwi Prime Minister to go hawkish on the communist nation.